What's up everyone, Train Freak here, and today we're going to make super trees. So I got a mail call in, or I got a package in the other day. We could say it's a mail call if you want to, but the heck with it. Basically what I already had was a couple of these little bags of super leaves. I got an olive green and a spring green. These are the only two colors that I had left. And I am one that I like a big variety in my tree colors. So Scenic Express happened to have a Black Friday sale. And so, but you had to, it was 15% off, but you had to buy at least $100 worth of stuff. So first thing I got was a gallon bag of light green. Yeah, that's pretty good sized bag, right? I got another gallon bag of medium green. So there you go. And those are like $49.98 a piece. So I was 4 pennies shy of having that $100. So I went ahead and I got an eco bag of dark green. So we're going to make 5 different colors of trees. Now I've already have a box of armatures. These are called armatures that I've already started with. But see, here's part of the problem. We all know trees do not look like that. So some of these I'm actually having to straighten out. So I'm going to show you how I do it. So that way we can get trees to look a little more straight, or like that. This one still has a little bit of a curve, but a little curve is fine. This looks a whole lot better than that. So this one here definitely needs to be fixed. So basically what we want to do, we'll start with this one. This one's got a little bit of it. Is I just kind of hold the stem down with my right hand, because I am left-handed. And I know a lot of y'all are going to say, well, no wonder what's wrong with you, Jason. So if you're right-handed, you would hold the stem down with your left hand. And I take a soldering iron, or you can use a wood burner. I don't have a wood burner, but it's on, and I'm just going to gently tap just enough to where it starts bending. And lo and behold, that one has been straightened out quite a bit. Now it does leave some little burn marks on there, but it'll be fine. All right, now for the big tree, right? For the big ragu. So I kind of start at one end and just kind of let it slide. And guys, this one's really bad. This is like one of the worst ones I've seen. But look how straight it is compared to where it was earlier. I could probably go back and try to do a little bit more on this one. There we go. Looks a little better. And in this instance, even if the trunk is a little bent, I want to try to straighten that trunk out some too. So it's got a little bit of a curve, but it's not like a big U or a 90-degree angle that it was earlier. And so right now I'm just straightening what trees that need straightened out. This one needs no, I've already done that one. So like this one here, it's got like a big S curve. I don't know how well you can see the twist, but it's like here, over this way, and then back up. So some of them have so much of a twist that you just kind of got to go in there and do your best at straightening the twist out. Now don't leave your thing on your iron on there too long, because it will burn it. So it still has a little bit of a twist. See if I can get that straightened out a little bit better. it's getting there. There we go. I don't mind a little bit of a twist, but I don't want a big twist. So, you know, trees kind of do, you know, I mean, they go up for one. However, sometimes they have to work around each other too. So this one's got a big curve on the end. So that's what I'm just trying to work to straighten out. And that one looks a whole lot better and whatnot. And if you're not careful, you'll do exactly what I did. Too much pressure and you'll break it. Now, if you break it, don't throw that tree away. This is dead wood or deadfall. And then what we can do is break off a few of the lower branches. And guess what? Now you have another tree, and it's a little shorter. Not all trees are the same height. And here's my last one that we're going to do for this episode. So for those who do not know, I am working towards becoming a NMRA Master Model Railroader, or also known as a MMR. And one of the objectives is scenery, or that's one of the certificates. And so that's the one that I'm actually working on now. Alright, so this one still has a little bit of a hook that way. So we're going to see if we can straighten that hook out a little bit. Oh yeah, that's much better. Alright. And then all of these little things here, we want to keep those too, because that will make good shrubbery. So I'm going to toss those in my box as well, and those are going to go and get painted. So that's what we're going to do next. Hey guys, I just wanted to tell you, if you're watching this video, thank you so much for your support. For just tuning in just to see what my channel is about. But I would really like to encourage you to hit that thumbs up more than anything else. Even if you don't want to subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up, y'all. That is what helps my channel the most. And it doesn't cost you anything. So just hit the thumbs up, because what I have noticed is my views have been going up, but the thumbs up has not been going up with the views. And I know a lot of times people will forget to hit the thumbs up because they're already subscribed. So guys, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit that thumbs up for me, alright? Okay, let's get back on to what we're working on. Alright, so we're outside and it is a little windy today, so we're going to do things a little different than what I've done before. But first, let's kind of go over everything that we need. First, we got spray paints. We have a dark brown and a regular brown. This is going to be the base color, the dark brown. The light brown is going to be highlights that we will add later, so we don't need that today. Now, I know there's probably some of you who are like, well, trees are gray, not brown. And you know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Trees are, the trunks of trees are gray. I mean, if I angle my camera, and I will tell you that you'll probably hear my chickens in the background. If you look at those trees, especially those in the sunlight, it's more of a gray color. But that's the top of the bark. That's not in the crevices of the bark. Some trees are actually darker in tone than others. And then some trees will have, you know, moss or lichen on it. But a good example is, I don't know how well the camera can pick it up, but you can kind of see 3 trees. 1, 2, 3, right above my finger. And that one there is very, very gray because it's a different species of tree. The one in the middle is very dark. It's a very, very dark color. So what we can do after we get the trees painted, we can go back and dry brush gray on top of the trunks and some of the bigger lower branches that are not covered with the super leaves that we are going to be using later on. So this is just something, you know, to, you know, the base color is going to be the depths of the bark, and then we will dry brush gray on top of it to be the surface area of the bark. All right, so other things that we need is we're going to use some clothespins, and that's because normally what I would do is I would lay all these armatures, you know, flat on the board, but the wind will just take them right off. So we don't want to do that on a day that's a little more windy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a clothespin, and we're going to hang our trees upside down, just like that, and put the clothesline right through the opening. Okay, and that will make it to where we can spray paint our trees, and we're only going to be missing just a little bit of the trunk, and it's most likely going to end up going in the layout anyways when we drill holes through the plaster and glue them in. So I've got my clothesline. You can see it's a little bit of orange here, that orange line going across. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and go ahead and get these things hung up, and I will be right back. So now the trees have been painted with the base color. We're gonna let these dry for a little while before I come back and get the regular brown, which is a lighter shade, and just kind of spray along the top to kind of give it some highlights like the sun's hitting it. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So stay tuned, and we'll be back after all this stuff dries up for a little while. All right, guys, so this is actually the next day. It's not as windy, so I've got all my trees, including some of the small pieces. I've got some deadfall here. Laid on the piece of plywood, you can see my clothesline is empty. So I went ahead and highlighted some of the trees. So we got some dark with a little bit of regular brown on there as well. And so these are now starting to set. Got to let them set at least for a little while, let the, the paint, finish up on them before we take them off. But after we get the paint finished, we can actually move our operations indoors, because the next part is going to be dunking them in a Mod Podge water mixture, and then we will start flocking it and hanging it. So the next thing I need to do, while I'm letting this stuff out here dry and the paint dry, is I'm going to take my clothesline here down, and I'm going to move it, and we're going to build a makeshift clothesline inside. All right, so there you go. So I will be right back. All right, everyone, so now you can see that I've got my table set up here in the train room. I've got my clothesline right above it. It's just basically hanging across a couple of clamps. So we got our super leaves. I've got my Mod Podge mixture, which I'm gonna have to add more because that's not gonna be enough. So, and then I've got this empty bin, and I've got the trees all in a box. And we got the clothesline with the clothespins up above. So from here, we're gonna go ahead and cut this video because it's already long enough as is. So I highly recommend, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because we are going to pick up where we left off. So other than that, y'all be safe out there. I wish y'all a great one, and happy railroading.